This episode of Casual Compliance is brought to you by Ward. Ward! Everyone forgot how that works for a little bit. Turns out, Void Ren gets around it. Ward! Vogue is bad and we should ban it. Ward. Do you pay the 2?
Yes. Always.
I don't mind Ward. I like it as a mechanic.
Yeah.
Thanks for sponsoring us today, Ward. You can't block this advertisement. It costs 2.
Advertisement for a magic mechanic.
Hi, my name's Gramps.
My name's Chili Bin.
And here at Casual Compliance, we use the Commander ban list as an avenue to talk about Commander as a format. Why does Magic the Gathering's most casual format have a ban list, and why do we have to be really strict in adhering to it? Well, from these cards here, you can tell why we should probably adhere to a ban list.
Stop that.
Turns out we're protecting the culture of the game by making sure that the unfun cards stay out of the game and the game stays fun. We've got all of the cards that are left on a spin wheel. The ones that from this list are removed. And we're going to pick one from the wheel. We're going to talk about it. We're going to say why we think it's banned. We're going to do a bit of research to kind of provide an evidence basis for why it should be unbanned, because all cards should be unbanned. And then we're going to come back together. We're going to tell you why it's banned as per the rules committee, which Chili Bin will be hearing for the first time. And then we're going to talk about it further. You can comment on this video as the video goes with time codes and let us know your opinions as it goes through. You can email us at casualcompliance@gmail.com and let us know what you think of the episode entirely.
I'm just picturing a world where someone's like, this card sucks. And then later it's like, yeah, it super sucks.
Someone did that. Right. That did happen. Yep, it was great. Then you can go to TikTok. You can go to TikTok. You can go to Patreon. You can go to YouTube at Casual Compliance. If you're here at YouTube, you already know where you are. Also on Spotify at Casual Compliance. And X/Twitter/Elon Musk's hellscape is at Compliance Show.
Yeah.
Let's get to the wheel.
Yeah. As the rain and hail begins to set in outside. May or may not just be some pleasant background noise for you. We'll see.
Or we'll have another technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, which is let's go play a game of Dan Dan.
Interesting.
It's always interesting. What do you got?
People on the screen will see it was almost Primeval Titan. But we've got Library of Alexandria.
Okay.
Hide choice. I didn't record that.
You have to do a fresh one.
Oh, well. Do I just do a whole other spin?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Fuck
you do a new spin, you record it.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sucked in.
It's not Library of Alexandria.
That's a future episode.
Get
preview.
teased. I'm so dumb. It's the rain. It fucked with me.
Yeah.
Take that, God.
If it gets it again, I'll be very impressed.
It's Library of Alexandria. It's
No, it isn't.
Griselbrand.
Ooh.
This is going to be a fun one.
There's a card I've heard of.
This is going to be really
For a
fun.
change.
Finally, a card Chili Bin knows.
I wouldn't say I know it. I've heard of it.
Really?
I've
Okay.
heard people talk about it.
So, let's talk Griselbrand. I know Griselbrand quite well as a standard player at the time of Griselbrand.
It is a black creature.
It is a black creature. So, Griselbrand, 4 generic black. So, 4 black pips,
Oh.
8 cost all up.
Yeah.
Legendary creature, demon. It's mythic printing. Flying and lifelink. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards.
Okay.
It's a 7/7.
Okay. Boy, that thing is doing a lot, huh?
It is doing a lot. Griselbrand was a staple in reanimated decks.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Absolutely. Get it into the graveyard pretty quickly with... And buried alive now is a nice cheap one.
Yep.
Get into the graveyard, get it onto the battlefield.
Pay 7 life.
Pay
to
7
draw
life.
7.
And you've got
Okay.
40 life.
Yeah.
In a 4-of format with 20 life with reanimate, it was great. Like, it was a slugger. It was a main play.
When you're playing like a 60 card format, like 7 cards out of that, well, you've already drawn 7, so 7 out of 53.
Yeah.
Pretty good odds
People
you'll
would
hit
just
something.
draw all the way up
Yeah.
until they get to a game winner.
Yeah.
Because you got the dark rituals and stuff like that as well in there. Here's the thing. Go to the Cozy Magic Club YouTube channel and watch the video where we play Commander. And I play my Indominus Rex Alpha deck.
Yeah.
And I cheat out a Emerald Crawl.
Yes, you do.
My favorite card in Magic.
On turn what?
Turn 4.
Yeah.
That's a 12 cost card, and I
Yeah.
get to take someone else's turn 4, turn 5, because I think I did something else in between just
Yeah.
to like extend the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Because hey, making YouTube content for gameplay is hard.
Mm.
And I controlled someone else for their entire turn, and then guaranteed that I won the game.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Griselbrand lets me draw 7, and I pay 7 life.
Mm.
Emrakul does a lot worse.
It
Like,
does.
yes, it does give its life back with the
Mm.
7 with the flying and lifelink.
Yeah.
It's an 8 cost card.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's good in Reanimator, but you're not playing this without. And you could have it as a commander, but
That's worse.
you
I feel
wouldn't
like.
have it as a
Yeah,
commander.
You would have it in your deck.
And you
you'd
would do like Buried Alive
Yeah.
and Scheming Symmetries and
Yeah,
the rest.
you're in tombs and all that sort of
So
stuff.
you're milling it. You're defossilization.
Yep.
Okay. But if I can Emrakul out really easily with Grim Captain's Locker,
Yeah.
why is Griselbrand taking the hit?
Maybe Emrakul should be banned.
After playing that, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when Aeon Storm comes up.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think?
There's something to me about the pay 7 life to draw 7 cards that feels like too much value for too little effort when you start with 40. And then on top of that, it's a 7/7?
7/7.
Flying lifelink.
Flying lifelink, 8 cost. Legendary.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels like one of those ones that like could probably just run away too easily, too frequently.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
You're like getting it out, sure, it's 8 cost, but there's, as we know, many ways to get around that.
And I have a good feeling about this one, weirdly. Like
unbanning it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the more you're gonna find some gas when you do your search. I know you are.
Yeah.
But just like the CMC episode alone, but everything else I've ever done with my Reanimator decks, way worse than getting a Griselbrand out. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think there's also an interesting relationship between you pay 7 life to draw 7 cards, and it is a 7/7 with lifelink.
Yeah.
So it is essentially free draw 7. If
Once.
you can, yeah, but if you can land a hit, you get 1 free full hands worth of cards per turn cycle.
Yeah.
So feels like one of those cases where it's enabling one player way more than the rest of the table.
There's a very clear thing here that I've got in my mind that you haven't brought up, so I'm just not going to bring it up until we get to the past.
Yeah, part of it too is like, I think when I look at the card visually, I will have more time to process it. I'm trying to process it now based on remembering what you said it does.
But the thing is, you're going to look at the sick art and be like, man, Griselbrand is ripped.
I've seen the art.
Get him on the battlefield.
Get him on. Get a tramp stamp, Griselbrand. He'd just be down there.
I'm gonna get that iCard tattooed on my cuff. I
Yeah.
actually am. I think
that's pretty sick.
Let's go.
I think so.
Research phase.
Let's have a look.
Take it. Syntax.
Man. Those of you watching this episode might realize I'm in a new room. I have finally moved house. I'm still in the process of setting things up, so bear with me and all the mess behind me, but hey, nothing stops the syntax segments. This episode, a little bit of foreshadowing, we're going to look for some friends. First of all, let's just look for friends. That's just going to bring back 4 cards, all of them having the word friend in the name. Pretty straightforward stuff. I don't know what's happening with this man and this dinosaur here in Forbidden Friendship, but hey, another question for another time. That's looking in the card name. How about in the card's text? We've got the classic Oracle text search for the word friends. We see things like Astarion the Decadent from Baldur's Gate, but we also see, 5 of these cards with the Friends Forever mechanic on it. Functionally identical to Partner, but because it's different words, you can only pair them with other creatures with Friends Forever. Notably, there are 7 cards with Friends Forever, and they are the Universes Within versions of the Stranger Things Secret Lair cards. Now, as I said, Friends Forever, basically the same thing as Partner, so let's go have a look for partners. We find those by looking for the keyword partner, and that brings back 111 cards. So you've got 7 that can be used together using Friends Forever, or you've got 111 that can be used together with partner, but you can never cross the two over. And that's how you find friends in Magic the Gathering. I guess if you don't want to go to like a local game store or an event, maybe a festival, or just talk your friends into trying Magic. That's what happened to me. Anyway, back to the video.
Sick. Welcome back. We've done our research. That was really interesting information you shared about how to look for friends, I guess.
Yep. The problem is when we're recording this, I don't know what I'm going to put in the search, like the syntax segments.
Yep.
Maybe I'll...
Are you running out of syntax stuff?
No, I just make it up every time.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's just like me and my arguments from abandoning cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. We're talking about Griselbrand. As a reminder for you, Griselbrand is an 8-cost card for generic black, for a legendary creature, demon, mythic. Flying lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. It's a 7/7.
Mm-hmm.
First printed May 2012. Banned June 2012.
Wow.
One cycle later.
Wow.
So what they've said here is Griselbrand's typical play pattern involves cheating it onto the battlefield early to draw an overwhelming number of cards. Its effect is amplified in Commander due to the higher starting life totals.
Mm-hmm.
Its constant availability as Commander, and by the fact that you get the cards in hand immediately after activating its ability. So in a 20 life 4 format, you can do it twice before you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, you can get 14 cards.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
That's card advantage, but you can do it twice.
Yeah, but you'd be almost
Commander,
dead.
you can do it 5 times.
Yeah. That's over a third of your entire library.
Yes, and you still have 13 life left as
Yeah.
well. So, should it be banned? I still say no. And I didn't find a huge amount to be like, here's more stuff for my original argument, which is big things are very easy to cheat out.
Yes.
Very easy to cheat out. And most reanimated decks are doing exactly that. I would like to talk to the draw mechanic specifically.
Sure.
In a card called Greed that was most recently reprinted in Modern Horizons 2, I believe.
Yes.
It's a 4-cost card, 3 generic and a black. It's an enchantment.
Yeah.
That says pay a black pip.
Yep.
Pay 2 life. Draw a card.
1 card.
The older versions of Greed also say that things preventing you from losing life or paying life cannot prevent you from paying this cost.
Do they really?
Yes, go to one of the older printings.
Let's go to the... Oh yeah, effects that prevent or redirect damage may not be used to counter this loss of life.
Yep.
But that's been errated away.
I guess.
Yeah, because like the actual like text just is pay black, pay 2 life, draw a card.
Yeah, Greed was very much simplified. So
yeah.
It's one of those ones where I don't know if the mechanic has changed or not, but oh well.
I mean, that black 2 life being the cost is at least true of 6th edition.
Yeah.
I think 4th edition it had the line in there about not being able to prevent. Yeah.
Yeah. So, much
as of 6th edition. Yeah.
Okay. You know, it has a little bit extra there. You also have to have a black pip, but
like 1 life per card is maybe a bit too cheap. That's what that's saying to me.
2 life per card?
No, I'm talking about Griselbrand.
Yeah,
it's
1 life per
7
card.
life for 7 cards versus 1 black and 2 life.
But this mechanic has been printed multiple times. So the life for cards is not a singular thing.
No, but the economy on it is different.
The economy is, but it's a lot of life. You don't get to be like, oh, I'm paying 1 life to get 1 card. I'm paying 7 life.
Yes.
So I'm getting 7 cards, very much. You don't get to flex it up or down, whereas with Greed, as long as you've got the mana, you can flex it up or down.
I mean, Griselbrand, you can flex it up or down just in multiples of 7.
Yes. This is at least in multiples of 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And the floor for Greed is 1, where the floor for Griselbrand is 7.
Yes.
So a little bit different.
Yeah.
But then, again, it's in decks that you're playing Griselbrand. I read an article that was... Griselbrand, like in other formats, has been bring back banned as Commander. For Griselbrand, banned as not Commander. is what was recommended.
You can have it as your commander if you want.
Because you can't fetch it.
Yeah, well, command
Beacon is the only one.
Command beacon, then discard, then reanimate.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so as someone who's cheated out big things multiple times and does play a lot of Graveyard Reanimator, there's two types of decks I make. It's Kindred and it's Graveyard, and sometimes it's Kindred Graveyard.
Sometimes it's both, yeah.
So, as someone who does play that a lot, you could say I'm biased, but there's worse things I can do. There's a lot worse things I can do.
But I think having played against you and your decks a fair number of times now, it's generally not a steamroll by the time you're doing that. Whereas I feel like with something like Griselbrand, it's a minimum. You're getting a 7-card advantage.
Yeah.
For 7 life, you're probably fine with that.
Yeah, and doing it 3 times.
Yeah. I think it's less about you being able to cheat it out and being able to trade resources for life, or for cards, sorry. It's that the minimum is 7. And then all of a sudden you've got so many more options than everyone else at the table. And you could just run away with it, because it's also an instant speed activation.
Yep.
You do it all over the place.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, you're targeting me with a spell. I'm just going to go and find 7 more options.
Yeah. Maybe
I'll get a counter spell or something out of that. Yeah. Right.
And then also
it's a bit
Exquisite
much.
Bond, Sanguine Blood to generate that, just that instant speed.
Yes.
Okay, what do you got for me?
So because this card is fairly simple mechanically. Looking at it, it's not on its own a thing that it's this mechanic and this combo of interactions is the problem. It's more the floor on it is the problem. So what I went looking for is just what I like to do, which is ways to make it worse.
Yep.
Because I think that's fun. So I found
especially legal ways to make it worse.
Yeah. So I found Lich, which is an enchantment that is 4 black pips.
Yeah.
And it says, as Lich enters the battlefield, you lose life equal to your life total. So you go down to 0 life.
Yep.
Then it says, you don't lose the game for having 0 or less life.
So if you gain life.
But I also think once you're at 0 life, you can't, by the rules, you can't pay life into the negatives because you don't have life to pay. I think that's how that works.
I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll find out.
Yeah. If you would gain life, draw that many cards instead.
Hey, Tom, if you're watching, Mr. AOC.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah. Here we go. It's in the text in here. You can't pay life, just like any player at less than 1 life can't pay life. So that's the rules. Okay. If you're at 0, you can't pay life because you technically have no life to pay.
A negative and negative is a positive. So do you go back up?
Yeah, you can gain life, except Lich says if you would gain life, you draw that many cards instead.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
No, the life link. Oh.
Yeah.
Rad.
So you just land a hit with Griselbrand, you draw 7.
Done.
Yeah. Which is kind of removing steps in a way.
Yep.
Because you have to land the hit, then pay 7, then draw 7.
It's the Rick and Morty thing. It sounds like capitalism with less steps, more steps or whatever it is.
Pretty much. There's more. Whenever you're dealt damage, sacrifice that many non-token permanents. If you can't, you lose the game.
Huh. Oh, well, if you're drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Lich is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you lose the game. So,
fair enough.
Bit of trade-off.
Yeah.
Then there's also Lich's Mastery. 3 generic black.
These had better all be Lich cards.
For a legendary enchantment. It itself has hexproof.
Yep.
It says you can't lose the game.
Yep.
Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. When Lich's Mastery leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So basically, you get rid of everything else.
Yeah.
Then this goes. Then
you lose.
Yeah. So with Griselbrand in there, you're losing life, you're paying life, you're getting cards. Either way, it's just I'm going to end up with all my cards.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do shit because
I'm going to have 50
lose.
cards in hand.
Yeah.
I'll find that photo of you.
Yeah. Then I found Villis, Broker of Blood. 5 black. So 8 again.
Yeah.
Same as Griselbrand for a legendary demon. 8/8 with flying. Black, pay 2 life. Target creature gets -1 to end of turn. Okay. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. So with Griselbrand, you could pay 7 life
14
to draw 14.
Nice. That's a good card in general.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's legal.
You
could play that.
That's a good card.
Yeah. Then I went to Commander Spellbook.
Oh no.
And I went, hey, tell me about combos that get real silly. Don't look.
Yeah. Well.
I found a 2-card combo. with Griselbrand,
Yep.
and 1 Sheldred the Apocalypse.
Yep. You gain the life back.
Yep. So the prerequisites here are Sheldred and Griselbrand on the battlefield, and your life total is at least 8.
Yep. Yeah, so you can pay for it and then
Doable. Yeah.
go back all the way up.
Yeah, you activate Griselbrand by paying 7 life, causing you to draw 7 cards.
Gaining 14.
Sheldred says whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. So by drawing 7, you gain 14.
Yep.
You can just
You're net positive.
draw your entire library. And it's also near infinite life gain. You could just
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Then I found a couple of other ones which they both function the same way, which is you have Griselbrand and this other card on the battlefield, and your life total is greater than the number of cards in your library rounded up to the nearest multiple of 7, which it'll make sense in a minute. One of them is Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, which says if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead.
Yeah.
So it's a mill victory.
Yeah, it's a mill victory.
So you activate Griselbrand by paying 7 life, causing you to draw 7. You repeat that until you draw from an empty library, winning the game.
Yeah.
The other card is, of course, Laboratory Maniac, which does the same thing.
Yeah.
They're Griselbrand's an 8 cost, but like the other ones are very cheap.
I'm going to give you one. This is the one I mentioned where it's just interesting. So, Griselbrand's legal.
Mm.
You are playing mono black.
Sure.
And this is kind of why Griselbrand is banned, really, if you think about it. You're going to make one gameplay loop for Commander.
Yeah.
You play black, you mulligan down to 4 if you need to. You play a swamp, tap your swamp for a dark ritual.
Okay, so you've got 3 black.
Play an entomb.
Mm.
1 cost, look for your library for a card, put in the graveyard.
Yeah.
1 cost for a reanimate. Griselbrand is on the battlefield. Turn 1.
That's disgusting.
That's modern.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's banned in modern now, but
I think so.
that was the format.
Yeah.
That's legacy with Griselbrand, baby.
Yeah.
You just get it.
You dump it and you get it back for cheap.
Yep. Fucking there you go. And you can do that multiple times. And then you got cards like you chuck a fucking Grixis, and you've got Narset's Reversal, not Narset's Reversal, Mystic Retrieval. You get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
That being said, I could also turn 1, play a swamp.
Yep.
Tap, entomb, an Emrakul, reanimate.
Yep.
I'm paying 12 life for the Emrakul to enter the battlefield from the
But
reanimate.
you're not casting it.
I'm not casting.
So you don't get the control of the other player.
No, but I still get the protection from instants and sorcery.
You do.
Instants, sorry, and then
instants.
Flample.
Yeah.
And still get the 13/13
You do.
Emrakul Titan.
Yeah.
Like the Eldrazi Titan.
Yeah.
But then I can also do that to get... Getting Crater Horse Behemoth isn't really worth it.
On turn 1? No. There's nothing... You're not getting that big...
I can do it. You do it to get a Golter.
Yeah, but that's just reanimator shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't make this better.
But it doesn't make it worse. Like, I think Griselbrand is in... If I had a handful of stacked fatties, and then I turn 1... I'm playing Golgari fatties. That's the deck.
Please don't call the deck that.
And I have a full hand.
You're playing Mirren of Clan Neltoth, probably.
I have a full hand, and I just happen to have one swamp in the hand, and a entomb and a reanimate, and then 4 fatties. Golter comes down, the 4 fatties are on the battlefield.
Sure.
I'm going to build that.
Griselbrand's still bad.
I
Grizzle bad.
I don't think it's that bad, though.
I think just because life is so much a resource in Commander,
yes,
you will, like I said before, you will just run away with the game.
I think it turns it into a very homogenized game.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed that you will get so far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, it's really hard to come back from that.
Because it also like incentivizes people towards playing Griselbrand to keep up with Griselbrand.
Yeah, literally. It's just like, cool, I've got to get my Griselbrand now that you found yours and you didn't win the game this turn.
Yeah.
But if I don't get mine out, you're going to win the game. So
yeah,
I got to get mine.
Yeah.
And it becomes the ultimate stacks piece.
Well, it also like...
Played in Allura.
It would steer Commander towards other games that have more clearly structured and defined metas.
Yes.
Whereas Commander is meant to be the place where you play the big, dumb, goofy whatevers.
Yeah, without a meta.
And do fun stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas if this is in there, everyone's just going to be trying to do that if they want to win.
It would create a meta.
Yeah.
It would make CEDH, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of.
In
It
a
would just be
sense.
like, yeah, everyone's going to play Griselbrand, especially in, I do make the argument regularly of like, hey, you would do a talk at your table about it, but it would, again, just like the Titan, if I'm playing Griselbrand, you're going to say, no, I'm not playing with you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to be fun.
No.
Fair enough. I actually do genuinely think this one can be, because there's also, it's vulnerable to removal.
Mm-hmm.
It's vulnerable to counter.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of protection there. The pay, life, and draw isn't interactable, but there's other ways you can, because you can't respond to drawing, can you?
No.
But so like they still hold priority. I get that, but there's
Like
ways.
again, you would have to be able to target the activated ability while
Yeah.
it's on the stack if
Yes.
you want to do anything.
But there are ways that you can remove it. It's the Nadu thing of play more removal, but
Yeah.
then also like there's a lot of discussing things that can be done, and I struggle to see why this one should cop the hit when other things are legal.
Mm.
Like
So
Atali.
what? No, Itali's not that bad.
Atali's pretty. The Atali, the primal sickness is pretty brutal.
Oh, sickness.
Yeah.
Sure. Backside 11
Yeah.
poison. Yeah.
So how do we fix it?
Just bring the numbers down.
Yeah.
Like,
or make it more expensive. 14 life for 7 cards.
uh,
At a minimum.
I think 7 cards is honestly the problem. Like if you brought it down to 3.
Okay.
Well, no, because then you just keep doing it forever.
Yeah. But maybe 7 life for 3 cards.
No, like you're drawing. You're drawing 3. Maybe tap it to activate the ability, so you can only do it once per cycle.
Or you pay black.
Yeah, it just
Greed it.
Stuff that like makes you pay a little bit more to get the benefit out of it.
What if you remove the lifelink?
That could help, but I also, for Commander, I don't think that
It's
matters.
on it 5 times, yeah.
Yeah, because it's more that
life.
you can just pay the life. You don't have to do anything
You got
else.
6 for, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think fixing it would put it in a place where it's just a mid-big creature. Like it wouldn't actually be that
just
good.
like every other big creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either too powerful and can't be played, or it's kind of
Not
bland and it
interesting.
falls in
Yeah.
the world of everything else.
Yeah.
What do you think? How would you fix Griselbrand? You should email us and let us know. casualcompliance@gmail.com. Let us know on X, Twitter, Elon Musk Hellscape, at Compliance Show, or you can always go to the YouTube comments at Casual Compliance. Go to Patreon, let us know. Casual Compliance. Go to TikTok, let us know. We won't see it. Casual Compliance. I think Spotify has comments now as well, apparently.
I don't know if are we on there.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah.
The RSS feed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually don't know the stats for that.
I am not looking at Spotify.
We should see the stats on that.
Yeah.
Because I know there are people that do just listen to us. So I wonder if
I'll
they'll
have a
listen to Spotify.
I'll have a look.
Anyway, thanks for listening and watching our show. See you next time, I guess. I've been Gramps.
Pretty much. I've been Chilligan.
And Griselbrand is, kind of cracked.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
He's a bad boy.
Damn it.
But he's hot.